Here we're going to talk about what happens when you get a deep ball in the court and you haven't had the time really to create the space you need to do the swing that you want. Here's a tip I got from Boris Becker when I practiced with Novak Djokovic once in Paris-Bercy. It's about the deep ball. When you haven't had time to really create space that you need to have a free arm, as much of a free arm as you want. And the tip is very simple, but it is more is safer. So more power is actually safer in this particular situation. And it's a very good tip because you want to be able to generate power in a defensive position as well. So it is really, you'd want to, when the ball's really deep and you haven't been able to get out of the way as much as you want to, more is safer. And I do believe that is also because the case when you give it a bit more power, you are going to force yourself to really close that shot even more.
Coachlife is the most incredible tennis platform I've seen to date. My students often go on Instagram and they see all these things on Instagram and stuff like that, but the problem I've got is it's not from the world's most proven developmental coaches. Coachlife consists of the world's most proven developmental coaches. You've got Francis Tiafoe's junior coach, Misha Kuznetsov. You've got Jack Draper's junior coaches. You've got people like Michael Joyce that are phenomenal former players. They've developed, some of the world's best players. Coachlife would have made me a better player had it existed back when I was a junior player.
So, more power, bigger target, and you're going to make that ball more often. So now I'm going to try to demonstrate this. So this particular shot, it's still really important that you have a low base, wide stance, and when the ball is coming, you really still need to really swing through and hit it through, not go up too soon, because then it's just going to take off on you. But the main thing here is keep your upper body still and let your arm do the work. Just really stand here and swing through. I don't want to see lifting of the shoulder and your stomach towards the net, because then you lose all control of that shot. What you need to do is you want to have that wide base and then really swing through. If you can, then this shot of moving the left leg back, if you have that timing, that's not bad. So you can go that way also. It will create a little bit more space sometimes if you want to. Now, if you get pushed out wide, then obviously coming through and across your body is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to be on stretch. So you should then try to get that arm go up a little bit more. So if you come out here, then yes, it is okay to pull that racket up a little bit more because then you can get more control in where you actually place it. But I don't want you to come over your right shoulder. You still got to go through a little bit and then lift it up. So it can be a bit like this. That's okay. But try not to go from impact straight across over your right shoulder because then you'll only have spin. There'll be no power of the ball and your court will be wide open. There's too much real estate to cover. You're not going to win that point. So to avoid this common mistake of just pulling the racket right up, you have to remember the shot doesn't stop at impact. There's still a follow through that needs to take place. So you would come out here, you would most likely open stance it, hit it, follow through with your left leg, end up on your right leg so you can push back in. But the shot does not stop at impact. No shot ever does. It's hit, follow through, come back in, and then you're good to go. So here, even the best players in the world in a defensive position can still generate pace from this position. You just have to make sure that you let your arm go. Don't pull up too much. And keep a low base and try not to really flitch too much with your upper body. Low base, be stable, let the arm do the work. So what I'm focusing on here is my recovery step, staying low and not moving my upper body so much. Just letting the arm and the legs do the work. And anytime I have some time, I'll try to cut this corner to take time away from my opponent. So now that I've shown you a few examples, what I really need you to think about in this one is you need to have that low, wide base and then really let that arm swing free so you can really close the racket once you're done with the ball, once you've had that contact. Try really hard to keep your upper body as still as possible. You don't want to twitch, you don't want to open up your left shoulder. That's when you lose control here. Because when you lift that shoulder, this racket is going to want to go up. You can't really go through that much anymore. So, low wide base, swing the racket through, keep the upper body still.